Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back. If you've already been here, I don't have many subscribers right now, so I'm not expecting many of you to know who I am, but I'm Anissa, and I have just decided that I would like to start a booktube, and I've been inspired by my sister Rami, because she started one as well, but I just recently got back into reading, and I've started to really delve into fantasy books, but currently right now I am just sitting here. I made myself some scrambled eggs and some toast, and I made myself a little cup of coffee, just some homebrew pot of coffee with some vanilla creamer, some caramel, and a little bit of white chocolate, and it's delicious. So I am going to sit here and eat my breakfast and read my book right now. Sorry, I'm just gonna reach back here behind you guys. I am currently reading Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. I actually cheated and I skipped the first book in the series because I had read the beginning of it when I was probably in 6th grade. I just couldn't get into it. It was really hard because it's so much world building. But thankfully my husband has read this entire series and it's his favorite series. So he kind of was able to explain a lot of the stuff that I kind of skipped over, by just jumping into, I believe the second book is Eldest. The third book is Brissinger, and then this one is obviously Inheritance. And there's actually a book that comes after this one that is called The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm that I found out about. And I am really looking forward to reading that after this, because there's a character in this book, I believe her name is Angela, and it delves more into her in that book, I believe is what my husband said. And it's a continuation of the world of Allegasia, which I absolutely love. I could honestly stay in this series and just keep reading it over and over and over again. It's so good. The amount that, I don't know, it's just dragons and dragon riders and magic and sorcery and elves and dwarves and urgles and lots of battles, and there's also just a hint of love in there as well, which I'm not necessarily one of those romantics. I'm already married. I don't need the romance books. But it's just got to hint, and I absolutely love it. So, but I'm just gonna sit here and I'm going to eat my breakfast, drink my coffee, read my book. Probably after that I'm gonna probably change clothes because I was doing dishes this morning. So we're just gonna hang out together. Just chill. But I am just gonna go over some of the books I'm planning on reading after I finish Inheritance. I actually won a contest for a book off of my wish list from Rami Reads. If you guys want to go check out her channel, she did a giveaway for a book. She is going to buy me a book off of my wish list. So I chose Dance of Thieves because she hyped it up so much on her channel. Just the medievalness of it, horses and the enemies to lovers trope and things like that. I just am super interested in reading it. I'm really looking forward to reading the series. Actually, I believe it's a duology. I believe the second book is called Vow of Thieves. But I am so excited to read both of the books. More than likely, I'm gonna have to end up buying the second book once the first one gets here, because I guarantee you I'm gonna want to read the second one. But I just am going to be reading more than likely those 2 books. And then I also have, what else was I planning on reading afterwards? I believe I'm going to start, I'm in the midst of doing the Percy Jackson series right now. I read the first book already, before I actually started reading, the Aragon series, the Inheritance Cycle. But I think I'm going to read the second book more than likely once I'm completely finished with the Inheritance Cycle, because these books take a lot of, not necessarily mental energy, but like once you're in the story with these books, that you are completely in the story. They make you, it's hard to describe, but they make you stay in the story even after you're done reading them. You think about these books. But I really am looking forward to reading the rest of the Percy Jackson series, because I'm very much into like Greek mythology and just like the gods and goddesses of mythology and things of that nature. So I'm really looking forward to finishing those books. I also plan to read the Fork, the Witch, and the Worm after this series. Because it is a continuation of the, like, it's not part of the cycle, but it's like a additional book, a supplemental book, after these. But I actually just found out that Christopher Paolini is going to be releasing 2 new books, next year. And I am so excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing what those are about. There's been rumor that one of them may be about, a character named Brom and his backstory, and I am for it. I am all for it. I will 100% read a book about Brom. I love Brom. He is amazing. His character is literally only in probably 200 pages of like the Aragon book, and then maybe about like 10 pages of Brisinger, which is the 3rd book in the cycle. But like, he is such a like monumental character in that series. And if you guys choose to read this series, please comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts on it, because I absolutely love it. I could probably reread this series over and over and over again and not get tired of it. Even though this book is 849 pages, this is the last book. The rest of them are all between like 600 and 700 pages long. So they are thick books, but there is so much descriptive text. Like, you get everything in these books. You get everyone's thoughts, you get their feelings, their emotions, excuse me, I'm sorry. You get their thoughts, their feelings, emotions, you get just like every little bit of like the characters in these books. He does not leave out anything for the reader to wonder about. Not necessarily to wonder about, but you don't really get left out of the story in these books at all. Like, it obviously doesn't give you like the secrets to the end of the book. It's not, he doesn't necessarily like lead on to what's actually going to happen at all, which is kind of interesting, because I normally in books I can kind of tell like what's going to happen next. But with these books, I have no idea how this book is going to end at all. I did spoil one thing for myself, because I was looking at fan art for the series, because I wanted a background on my phone of one of the characters. And I ruined something for myself actually at the end of this book. So my husband told me I'm not allowed to look at fan art anymore, or look at anything pertaining to the books, or I'm going to completely ruin the series for myself. So I'm going to listen to him about that. But I don't want to give you guys any spoilers for this book, like just this series in general, but if you choose to read it, please comment. Like, I want to talk to you guys about these books. Like, they are amazing. I know they're YA fantasy, but like, there are some little hints of stuff in here that are like not necessarily YA. But I think that you guys will honestly love this book. Like, it's heartbreaking, and like these books are like heartbreaking in the best way possible. Like I sat there and sobbed while reading through one of the chapters of Brisinger. Let me just grab it actually while I'm talking. I'm just gonna grab the other book. I don't have Aragon or Eldest in the physical copy with me currently. We have a storage unit in Colorado, and like majority of our books are actually in Colorado right now, and we can't get them, unfortunately. We don't have the means to, but I do have, I'm slowly growing our books like right now. I did not realize how expensive books were. Actually, I didn't realize that how much my husband has actually spent on all of the books that he has in our unit in Colorado. We have somewhere between like, I think like 200 and 300 books, and I don't even want to know how much was spent on those books, but I'm very appreciative that we do, for the books that we do have, because a lot of them were given to him, so we're very grateful for that. But what are you doing? Hi, baby. But I'm going to grab Brisinger and just show it to you real quick. Actually, sorry, I took the jacket off of Inheritance. I should probably put it back on so I could show you guys. Go. This is a used book that I purchased, my husband purchased for me off of Amazon. So the jacket is a little bit damaged, but my husband bought this off of Amazon not knowing what it actually was. And I opened it and I found out it's a first edition. And I was like, no freaking way. The only downside is obviously here, I'm going to show you guys. There are a few pages right here that are a little bit damaged. It looks like something got jammed into the book or something. But other than that, the only thing that's wrong with it is the jacket cover right here is a little bit damaged, but nothing other than that. So so I just wanted to show you guys what the book looks like with the, let me just take this out real quick so you guys can get the full effect of the book. But it's a hefty book. I'm not going to deny that these are very big books, but they are so worth it. So worth it. Let me see. Where did I set? I just had it. Oh, it's right there. All right. So this is Brisinger. I think hands down probably my favorite book in the series. I'm not finished with Inheritance yet, but my favorite book in the series has got to be Eldest. And I'm going to just put a little like picture of it right here for you guys. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. But I don't have the physical copy. I read it on my iPad. But that book particularly is my favorite out of the series. My husband's favorite is this one, Brisinger. But here, actually, I can show you in the back of the book. This is Eldest. This one's my favorite. It's such a good book. So good. But yep, and this is the one I was talking about, The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm. That is a supplemental book to the series. And I actually just found out that there's another book called, I believe it's Aragon's Guide to Allegasia. But supposedly it's written from Aragon, like, as, like, teaching a new writer, a new dragon writer. So, I'm definitely gonna have to get that book. So, yep. But other than that, I just wanted to talk to you guys about like some of the books I'm reading right now. But mostly I'm just reading Inheritance right now because it is such a big book that I want to put like all my effort into it because it is the last book of the series and I want to like absorb it as much as I can. But these books are just, I wouldn't have, I honestly don't think I ever would have appreciated them when I was younger, because I started the first book of the series, Aragon. This book, I started that book when I was probably in like 6th grade. I got it from a white elephant gift, or like a Secret Santa we did for our class that year when I was in 6th grade. And I started it, and it's honestly, it's a good book. Don't get me wrong. It's a great book, but I DNF'd it because it was so hard to get through because of the world building. It's a lot of just, them traveling through Allegasia, and like you're learning about the whole world. Here, actually, on all of the hardcover books, I believe it's inside of the soft covers as well. Yeah, it is inside the the paperbacks. So this is what it looks in the paperback. That's Allegasia, the whole world, but I love it inside of the hardcover. It's beautiful. So let me just show it to you guys real quick. Sorry, let me just move this. But they show you the whole world on the inside of the cover. So you can, if you ever get confused about like where they are, you can go back and just kind of look. There's also something that's really, really cool in the back of the book as well. Christopher Paolini actually created a pronunciation guide, because obviously this is a fantasy book. There are a lot of fantasy characters, fantasy names. They're not like obviously real places and whatnot. So you get a whole pronunciation guide of how to properly pronounce the names of a lot of the characters and a lot of the places that they're at, as well as some of like the background of like the origin of the names as well, which honestly for me was really important. I'm very big on pronunciation with words, so it helped me out a lot because I was kind of confused on like some of the words, but then my husband showed me that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome, because I didn't really want to look up online how to pronounce it because I don't want to look up spoilers by accident. But this definitely helped me to be able to understand like the series a lot more. But yeah, I was so excited when my husband got this, and I was like, oh my God, babe, I opened it up and I was like, it's a first edition. Did you realize that? And he got it for $11 on Amazon. So just so you know, Amazon used books. You might possibly get a first edition of a book without even realizing it. So yeah, but I just kind of wanted to go over what I've been reading lately, the books I plan to read. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys will read this series. Please read it. I want to talk to you guys about it so much. Like, I think you will absolutely love it. They're beautiful books, and don't get like, obviously, like, look at these covers. Come on. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. Look at that dragon eye. Like, psh, come on. And I don't have all of the copies of the paperbacks, but once they are all put together on the spines, it creates a picture. I believe it's like a dragon riding over the mountains. I do not quite know, but I just wanted to show you guys some books. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be yet. I think I might do a like wrap up of like my whole opinion on the whole series once I'm done, because obviously I'm not completely done with Inheritance, so I can't give you my opinion on that book wholly yet, because I'm only about like a third of the way through the book. I'm on, I think, page 230 something, and out of 849 pages, obviously, so there's quite a bit left for me to do. But I want to thank you guys for sitting and hanging out with me today. Thank you for listening to me ramble about books, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye.